Is real estate investment risky? Part 2. So we want to talk about the unsystematic risk in this video, the risk that can be mitigated, the risk in real estate investment that can be avoided, especially when it comes to the issue of land. Maybe you are doing land banking, land flipping, land retailing, because I see that many people are afraid. Even me, before I joined real estate, I was afraid. When it comes to real estate, I don't want to hear anything of such. So the moment I came into real estate, I saw the need to seek knowledge, meet property lawyer, to ask questions. Okay, what are the issues, and also to make research online. So what are the unsystematic risks that can be avoided, that can be mitigated when it comes to real estate transaction? If you have not watched part 1, where we spoke about the systematic risk, the one that cannot be avoided, because every business, whether business or investment, has a portion of risk. There's no investments, business or investments, that does not have a portion of risk. There's no risk-free investments. Even when we say it's in financial management, we know that it is just an assumption. We only assume. And those assumptions at the end, we say, okay, we know that it's not practicable in real life. So there's no risk-free investments. So let's move on. So number 1 is government acquisition. So for instance, you have heard of, okay, acquisition. How can you mitigate this risk? You can actually mitigate it through knowledge. Okay, the first thing is, okay, what is the land meant for? Is it committed acquisition? Is it uncommitted? If it is uncommitted, okay, how can I ratify? If it is ratifiable, can I acquire from the government whereby I have my government allocation? These are questions to ask. Is this something that, okay, can be excised if it states that lands are being excised? So these are questions that you can actually ask to mitigate government acquisition. And if it is a committed land, okay, what is it committed for? Is it then the nature of commitment will let you know, okay, this is a no-go area. So knowledge, you can mitigate this, you can avoid this risk, the unsystematic risk, through knowledge. Ask questions. Don't assume when it comes to real estate investment. Even if that real estate investment is not direct with me, for instance, you can come into my DM and ask questions. I'll be glad to answer you. Ask questions. Whatever is not clear, ask questions. You need clarity, because it's your hard-earned money that you are investing in it. So ask questions. Number 2 is omonile wala. Omonile, people are so scared when it comes to this omonile. But the first antidote is what? Is due diligence. It still comes back to this, my antidote, which is ask questions. When you see me as real estate transaction, the way I ask questions, okay, this land belongs to who? Okay, who is the family? It is those information that I take to my own lawyer, that I will now tell my lawyer to probe them, to ask those questions from the perspective of the law. So ask questions. For instance, you want to buy an expanse of land and someone is farming on it. You don't assume that it is the family that wants to sell that is farming on it. You ask, who is farming on it? Can we see the person? Can we know the person? Okay, what is the agreement between the two of you? These are the questions you ask. Not that you would have paid that family, and at the end, the person that is farming on it will now come up later and tell you that, okay, no, it's my family that owns the land. So by asking probing questions, then you will be able to mitigate. The goal is to mitigate it, is to minimize the risk in it, in that investment. Dialogue as well. You can have a dialogue, have a serious chat, a serious dialogue, whether with the real estate company or with the omonile, whichever one. Number 3 is land fraud. How do you mitigate land fraud? It's through knowledge. Work with professionals. Work with a property lawyer who can help you to make your findings. Some people, for instance, some families, they would have sold a land maybe to two different people, and you are the third person. How do you know? There was one that happened to us like that. We wanted to buy the land, and we needed to make sure, okay, this land, can you help us to confirm whether it has litigation, whether there's a litigation on it? And on making the call, we got to know that, okay, is the one opposite it that has a current litigation. So you don't fall into land fraud. For instance, if you are buying from a real estate company, check their track record. Are they authentic? Are they credible? These are questions to ask. Knowledge. That's the way to mitigate. And what is the last one? Ignorance. Ignorance. As long as you are ignorant, see, You cannot mitigate this one. So that's why it comes back to what? Knowledge. The presence of knowledge is the absence of fear. What drives away fear into that what you want to carry into real estate investments is what? Is knowledge. Knowledge empowers you. So it is important that you make your research. So, and I need to say this at the end, that when you are being afraid that, what if this investment goes wrong? What if it goes wrong? That is the risk. What if it goes right? That is the reward. So in any investment, what we look at is the risk to reward ratio. If the reward is on the high side, after we have done our calculation, our assessment, and our evaluation, is much more than the risk, then we go ahead and invest. So these are things to look at, basic things to look at when investing in real estate. It will not have the answer 100%, no. But at least if you can have above 70, 80%, then you are good to go. There's no business that does not have its own risk. Just make sure you arm yourself with the required knowledge and go ahead and invest. So if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do by clicking on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we release a new video. Kindly give this video a thumbs up if it has helped you. So we'll meet in our next video. Stay blessed.